everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Gabriella. So weird to say that because I always say Gabby, but I'm trying to get people to call me Gabriella now because I've never liked Gabby. Anyway, hello, I am back with another baby name video, which is so random because I have no kids. I am not with child, only a food baby at the minute. I ate way too much porridge. There's the evidence. But as I've said in my last two baby name videos, I love names. If anyone has a child, that's the first thing I ask, like, what have you called it? If anyone gets a pet, I'm like, what are you gonna call it? Like, what's your pet called? I just want to know names all the freaking time. I've always had an obsession with them. Ever since I've had a phone, I've had a list of names in my phone. Even when I didn't think I wanted children, I always had a name in my phone. I was just gonna use them on pets. But I've seen this kind of challenge tag thing going around. No one's tagged me because I'm not a mum, I'm not the obvious choice. I saw it going around last year and I loved watching it so much. And I'm hoping that by me making this video, more people will do this tag so I can watch it, because baby name videos are one of my favourite ones to watch. Just to preface this video, I at school was the only Gabriella until a girl came when I was in like year 8. She joined the year above me and she was called Gabriella Rose, and that is my name, and I was so offended. I was like, that is my name, leave the school. Obviously didn't say that. Honestly, that upset me a bit. I was like, my identity is now you as well. And I always hated it in the register where it was like Emma S, Emma P, Emma V. Like when you have to use the first name of your surname because there are so many of the same name in a class, I personally don't like that. I want my child to have an unusual name, something that sets them apart from other people and something that they will always feel like quite original with. That's just my personal preference, but I can really appreciate the more popular names and more traditional names. I do like them, they're just not what I would use. So now that I've said that, you all can't pick apart my name choices. I've already warned you. Let me know in the comments what a few of your answers to these questions will be. I would love to go through and read them. So question number 1 is, what is your favourite boy and girl's name from the top UK names list? I went from the 2016 one. My favourite girl's name is Harper. I love that name. Ever since Victoria Beckham used it, I was like, yes, I love that name. And my favourite boy's name is Hunter. Harper and Hunter, I think they're so cute. Question number 2 is, what is your least favourite boy and girl's name from the same list? I'm really not here to offend anybody. If I don't like a name, it doesn't mean it's a horrible name. It just means I personally am not too keen on it. So my least favourite girl's name is Michaela. That's purely because it reminds me of Michaela from Hollyoaks when I used to watch it, Michaela McQueen. With their accent, I didn't think it sounded nice. It's like Michaela. So that's my reason for that. And then I think my least favourite boy's name are kind of shocking because they are so popular right now. But they are Jackson, which is actually number 1 for boys, and Harrison. Anything with a son at the end, I don't personally like. I don't know why, it's just in my head, I don't think it sounds nice. But again, that doesn't mean it's a horrible name, it's just not one that I would use, which is very contradicting because one of my favourite boys' name has son in it, and you will hear that later. But yeah, anything with son at the end, I don't personally vibe with. If you had twins, what would you call them? Boy boy, boy girl, and girl girl. So for boy boy, I've gone for something different. A lot of people have done the whole alliteration with the first letter, which I love. I think that sounds so cool. But for boys, I have gone for 2 different names because I've known a few sets of twins along the line, and I always think it's nice to like have slightly different names to differentiate them. Like twins, obviously you're born at the same time and that is incredible, but you are different people. So I've gone with Elijah and Dash. I think they sound quite cool together. I like that one is long and one is short, like Elijah and Dash. For my girl, I've gone for Liesel and Nora. They're 2 of my favourite names. They're very German and Austria based. Those are my favourite countries to visit. I love there. I'm like at my happy place when I'm there, so I just thought it would be so cute to have that in children's names. And The Sound of Music is one of my favourite films ever, so obviously Liesl. But then Nora, I just think they're so cute. And then for boy girl, I've gone for Navy and Violet, which are 2 colour names. I think they sound amazing together, Navy and Violet. Love. If you could change your name to anything, what would it be? I have actually asked my friends this question. If they could rename me, what would they call me? My friend Gemma said Sienna.
I feel like you would actually suit the name Sienna, you know. I don't know whether that's because you have dark hair and then Sienna on Hollyoaks had dark hair.
My friend Hannah said Penelope, which is so cute, I love that name. My manager Elle said, what did Elle say? Meredith, which again, I can vibe with that name. And then my friend Lucy said Megan, which Megan is a nice name, but how different from all the others. It's like Sienna, Meredith, Penelope, and Megan. She also said Rachel, which I will take Rachel because I would definitely be Rachel out of Friends. You have 4 children. Oh my God, I struggled so hard on this question. I was up all night thinking about it, like what the heck would I name these quadruplets? Like it's actually a real thing. You have 4 children, any gender. Their names have to start with the same letter. What names would you choose? So I originally started off with L, but I could only think of girls' names that I liked, so I moved to S. So the first names would be Silver, Suki, Summer, and Sky. Sky would be a boy, the rest would be girls. I think they sound so good together. Silver, Suki, Summer, and Sky. I just love them. The next question is, what's your favourite celebrity baby name? I love Sunday. Fern McCann's daughter is called Sunday. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I also love Zoe Deschanel's daughter's name. She's called Elsie. How cute is that? But her middle name is Otter. It's like Elsie Otter. How cute! And then I love Miranda Kerr. Her son's name is Hart, like H-A-R-T. I love that as well. What's your favourite animal inspired name? I've gone for a girl and a boy. The girl would be Birdie. Love that. And the boy would be Robin. So both bird names. What's your favourite colour inspired name? This one was quite easy for me for the girl, but then the boy I struggled with, but I think I've got a cool boy's name. So the girl's name is Lavender. That is one of my favourite girls' names. I loved Lavender in Matilda. I think that is a gorgeous name and you can't really shorten it. It's like a long name that just can't be shortened, really. Unless you make a really weird shortened version, Lavi, which doesn't really work. But I love Lavender. And then for the boy's name, I've gone for Cole, as in like that dark grey colour, Cole. I think that's quite cool. I like it. What are your top 3 favourite boys' names? This is ever, I think. Mine are Dash. I really like that. Navy. I just love that name. I only heard it a couple of weeks ago and ever since I'm like, oh my God, if I had a son, he would be called Navy. And then the last one, as I was saying with the sun thing earlier, is Sunny. I really like that name for a boy. I don't like Sun on the end of names, but I really like the name Sunny. But I would spell it with a U rather than an O. I just think that is so sweet. The next question is top 3 girls' names. I never used to want to say my top 3 girls' names because my very, very top girl's name, I really just don't want anyone to take it. And when you hear it, some people will be like, why the heck would anybody take that? Like, some people will hate it, but I think it's amazing. So my top girl's name is October. October is my favourite month. It's the month where I feel like I'm the most myself. It's starting to get cold again and I'm a winter girl. I hate the summer. As you can see, I'm in a jumper. To be fair, it's not actually that hot today. But yeah, October is the time of year where I just feel the most me. I think I just get a little rush of happiness again because it is getting colder and Halloween is my favourite holiday. And I just have some of the best memories from October. So I would call my daughter October, and I like the nickname Toby for short for a girl. I like the whole like gender neutral name, and that kind of is. My second favourite is Tiger Lily, completely opposite to October, but I have a cat called Tiger Lily. We just call her Lily though, so I'd never thought of this as an actual name, but I love the name Tiger Lily. I would 100% use that, but I would not shorten it to Lily, I'd shorten it to Tiger. Sick. But then it would be funny if I had 2 girls. I had October and I had Tiger Lily because it would be Toby for short and Tiger. And there's a tiger called Tony the Tiger, the cornflake tiger. which wouldn't really go. But my third girl's name is Lavender. As I said earlier, I just love this name. Lavender Lindley. How cute! Ah! I want a daughter right now. What's your ultimate guilty pleasure name? I think this is like a name that you secretly love but just wouldn't use, but you love it. So I'll start with a boy because the boy name is very, very normal, and that is Harry. I just love the name Harry. I think it's so cute. I had a teddy bear from Harrods when I was younger. I think my grandparents bought it me, either that or my parents did, but I had him for years. I've still got him like in this flat, and I called him Harry. And I just love the name. And then obviously Harry Styles, like I think Harry is such a good name, but I would never use it because for me it's too like normal, but I love it. Like if you've got a son called Harry, that is the cutest thing ever. And my guilty pleasure girl's name is Bambi. I think it's so cute. I don't think I would ever use it, but I just love it. I think it's fun. Oh God, the next question. What are your most hated baby names? My least favorite girls' names. This is purely for an accent reason. So I don't like the names Kinsley, Paisley, anything with a slee on the end. That's because I come from Barnsley. Well, my postcode is Sheffield, but like I went to school in Barnsley. I don't have a Barnsley accent. I was always taught not to have one from my singing teacher. If I pronounced anything wrong, she would like tell me off. So I never really developed a Barnsley accent. My family are a lot more Barnsley than I am. And also I spent a lot of time with my nan, and she was a sucker for like pronunciation, and yeah, so I just never really developed that accent. So I was like the posh kid in school. However, saying that, everybody else in my school had a full Barnsley accent. So these names have been ruined. To be fair, it ruins a lot of names. Like they ruined my name. The reason I don't like Gabby is because they would call me Gabba, and I just think it's gross. If I introduce myself now, I'm like, I'm Gabriella. Gabriella. But Kinsley and Paisley sound fine. But then you add the accent and it's Kinsley, Paisley. Oh. And that is just my personal preference. Like if you've got a Barnsley accent, your accent is so fine. It's just because I got really bullied at school. So I associate the accent with the people who bullied me. So if anything sounds very Barnsley, I'm like, oh, it like makes me like, oh, because I haven't been around that area for a very long time, like since I used to get really, really bullied. So that is why I have like such a mental issue with it. But the second name that I personally don't like is Grace. I used to have a friend called Grace, but it's just a name that I just don't vibe with. Like I can't imagine having a daughter called Grace. And then for a boy's name, this is for the accent reason again, Connor and Leo. Because in Barnsley, it's Leo and Connor. So those are two names that I don't like. I'm also not fond of Elliot. Elliot, yeah. This one I had so much fun with. It's choose a baby name based on a food/drink. For a girl, I chose Honey. Honey is a name that I've always been obsessed with. Miss Honey from Matilda. Like Matilda was one of my favourite names, and Lavender is. That film has influenced me. But Honey is a name that I could see myself using. I feel like it's all well and good me saying, oh yeah, I'd use October, I would use like all the strange names. But I feel like maybe when it came down to it, Honey would be a big contender. I've always loved that name. I think it's the cutest name. I wanted to call Nelly Honey. This little cat right here who's blending in. I wanted to call you Honey Pickle. He's a little bit ginger, so he suits Honey, but Honey is a name that I've just always loved. Obviously that's a food name, that would be for a girl. Then for a boy, I struggled with this one, but I came to the conclusion that I like the name Nori for a boy. Sounds kind of feminine, but I think like, if a guy was like, I'm called Nori, I'd be like, oh my God, that is sick. Nori is the seaweed that sushi is wrapped in, I think. So yeah, those are my two food names. Next one is choose a baby name based on a month. Obviously mine is October. I don't actually have one for a boy. Maybe I would just use October for a guy as well, because Toby. I don't like any month names for a guy. Choose a baby name from a movie. I found this one very, very hard, and I didn't actually do too much research for it. I feel like there's names that I like a lot better than this, but I just couldn't be bothered to look through all the films in the world. So my first girl's name, I've got two girls' names and one boy's name. First girl's name is Hermione, love it. I could see myself using Hermione as well. I think it's such a cute name. Obviously that's from Harry Potter. And then Effie from the Hunger Games is another name that I love. Effie is so cute. And then for the boy's name, I chose Noah Calhoun. Noah is very popular. Noah's one of those names that is gonna be like Noah L, Noah M, like there's gonna be so many. Noah, Sophia, Amelia, they are gonna be the popular names in schools where there's like 12 of each kid. So I would never use Noah, but I love it. I think the name just sounds amazing. So if you've got a son called Noah, I fully understand why you went for that name. I love it. And I love Noah Calhoun. And the last question is choose a name that's already in your family. I found this hard. My family have very normal names. I don't think there's anybody in my family aside from my nan who had a weird name. So my nan was actually called Avril Olwyn. She always used her middle name. She's like me, like I always wanted to change my name. I always changed it in school, like on my folders, and went by a different name all the time. But she went by her middle name, which was Olwyn. She just liked it more than Avril. They're like the weirdest names in my family, and I don't like either of them. So the name that I would potentially use as a middle name would be Doris. One, because I love Doris Day. Calamity Jane is one of my favourite films ever. But I had a great Auntie Doris. It was my granddad's sister. She was so cute. She used to call me Totsy Lime Juice. I don't know where that came from, but like she wouldn't call me my name. She'd call me Totsy Lime Juice. She was so fun and so cute and always laughed, and whenever she laughed she would be like hey. She just had the cutest laugh and she was so cute. So Doris would be one. If I went for like a Nora, like that kind of name, I would use Doris as a middle name because they're just like two old lady names. They're so cute. My first boy's name that I love from my family is actually my brother's name. He's called George. That's one of my favourite boys' names, but he has rudely taken it away from me. But I think it's going to be very popular because of Prince George. I think it's going to like make a very big comeback. There will be a lot of Georges. But yeah, I love the name George. It's so cute. George and Harry. I just think their names are so cute. And the second boy's name that I would use, I would definitely use this as a middle name if I had a boy, would be Eric. That was my granddad's name. His name was Eric. My other granddad was called Derek, although my other granddad's real name was Alfred, I think. So he used a different name as well. I feel like everyone in my family just hates their name and used a different one. But yeah, had Eric and Derek, but I would use Eric. I was so close to my nan and granddad, and I would definitely use Win or Winnie from Olwyn as a middle name to like represent my nan, but then I would also want to use Eric for my granddad. And that is the end of this video. Let me know if you liked it in the comments. Some people find it so weird that I do these videos. They're like, you're such a weirdo, like you don't even have kids, this is so weird. I love names, I always have. I don't find these videos weird at all. Like I said, if every single one of you guys watching this made a video, I would watch it. They're like my favourite ones to watch. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with names. Maybe it's because I've never liked mine, so I just find like comfort in loving other names. If there's any other challenge or tag like this that you would like me to do, or a tag that's completely different to this, let me know in the comments. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!